All right. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome to this beautiful new channel that is just being created. By the time you're watching this video, it may not be new anymore, but it's a new channel for make money online. And it's the journey, make money journey, the journey to making money. I am starting that journey myself and I'm trying to go along. I'm not trying to teach people how to make money. I am starting the journey. And as I'm going through the journey, watch me become a billionaire so you can see the process. That's the idea. Okay, so in this video, in order to make money online, of course, you got to make videos. You got to be online. So you write blogs, make videos. One of the things you got to do is how to learn to make thumbnails. Now, I have another channel apart from this new one here for teaching music. And sometimes I make thumbnails and they're not very good. So I've learned a good way to make thumbnails without Fiverr and without Photoshop. Make beautiful thumbnails without, as it's Fiverr, I'm sorry, without Canva. Make beautiful thumbnails without Canva and without Photoshop. So look at how beautiful this one is. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and I felt that I should share my knowledge with other people because many videos are out there. Some of them are very, very bad. And even if they're good, they're always difficult to understand. I like to make things very easy that even a baby can understand. So my videos may be longer than most people's video, but it's going to be clear as day. So this is a thumbnail I just made, which is the most beautiful chord. That's for the guitar. And I'm like, okay, let me make a video about how I made this because when I was trying to I said how to make thumbnails on YouTube, the whole YouTube, everybody talks about Canva or Photoshop. And Canva to me is difficult. I'm sorry. You can say what you want. I like things very, very easy and straightforward. I go into Canva, I have to sign in, I have to click this, I have to click that. Do you want this? Do you want that? No, 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 no. I want it straightforward. So how did I do this? I'm going to try to make this very quick. So keep on watching and please make a comment. So how did I make this beautiful thumbnail? Because in order to make money, you're going to have to learn to do some designing, some writing, some speaking, some videoing. You have to do these things. So now I want to show you how I made this. You're going to need a program. It's free. It's called PhotoPad Professional. It's free. So I'll leave the link in the description. Hopefully I do that, but just type PhotoPad Professional. You can see on my desktop to make money, I put all these things there. So sometimes I can see it. And I hide the things on my desktop to make it look nice. So this is about making money online, not just a normal tutorial. So if you're in a hurry, you would have to forward the video to the part of the thing. But if you're trying to make thumbnails, of course you want to make money. So it all fits together, okay? I write things like that to motivate me, to remind me, to make me see what I'm doing. So PhotoPad Professional, right? Be patient right here. So I designed this with this thing, and not normally I'm not this special designer guy. This channel is for people that are very simple people, maybe not very tech savvy, but they want something that they can understand. One thing about YouTube that some people don't understand that not everybody speaks English. Not everybody is tech savvy. Not everybody knows all this big terminology and jargon. Some people are just normal everyday people and they want something very simple to get to do what they want to do. But unfortunately, I find no single channel on the whole YouTube that has this approach of make things easy and down to earth. None. You know. So how did I make this poster? Or it's not about this poster or whatever what's it called, thumbnails. It's about how to make your own. In my case, I had to think about something to write to grab attention. Now, so first of all, so when you come in here, I'm gonna when you come in here, in this case what I did is this. Let me see if I can open it. In this case what I did is this. Just be patient with me. This is a very nice, easier than Photoshop. And I like the word easy. Peace of mind. Easier than most of them. That's the pain. That's the main thing. No more pain. So what you do, what I did it, listen, very, actually, I'm making this video for myself because sometimes I learn something and I don't want to forget it. So I'm like, okay, how do I save it? So this is the way of me making a video for myself. So it may not be like I'm talking to make you feel good. So you'll have to bear with me that I'm talking to myself. But I felt that I should also share it with other people too. So um what I do is this, okay, I this is the guitar, this is the guitar player here. One thing about making good, okay, is it, this video is like two videos or three. This video is like three videos in one. I'm teaching you how to make good thumbnails, but I'm also showing you how to make thumbnails catch catch attention. So I'm not just, because I know you know how to type, I know you know how to write. So it's like it's not just one thing. Many people these days don't have patience. Any small thing they get angry, they don't thumb up, they're angry. So please, this video is like five things in one, and you need all the five things. So you don't just tell me start clicking around now. No, you need to know, because one thing that I didn't know about my thumbnail before, you need to have. Sometimes you do a thumbnail and they cannot see the words, or maybe you type it yourself and you think it's too big. You got to make the text really big and bold, like big. Don't ever think it's too much. So in my case, if I have a picture of someone playing guitar or whatever I want, most of the time I don't have a place to write the text. And if I write a text, it might cover someone's face or cover what I want them to. Because sometimes, one thing about thumbnails is not only what you write, sometimes a picture may grab more attention than what you write. So I'm teaching you how to grab attention, not only how to make thumbnails. So you would have to bear with me here, because these are the things I used to make this thumbnail. This knowledge I'm saying right now, they were all combined to end up with how I make this thumbnail and how I make other thumbnails. Whatever, I don't know why they call them thumbnails anyway. So I make sure that I want to write big things and bold, but I don't want to cover some important thing. So what I do is this. This is my picture here. I can go here to the my pictures. This is where all my pictures are, and they're all organized like here. So what I do is this. I went to on the internet and I download any picture that are nice. This is a very nice secret. You're gonna enjoy it. So I download this. I downloaded. Oops. I didn't want to open it there. So I downloaded this picture. I'm like, this is beautiful. Okay. So what did I do? So and I go into, so I bring it into, okay, I don't know why it came by itself. How do you bring a picture into this place? All you got to do, you go into where your pictures are. Then, of course, you can just drag and drop it, push it to the side, and you drag the picture into anywhere under something, and boom, it's there. You saw that. I know I went fast for those really beginners. You just like put it to the side and drag the picture on top. Okay. So after doing, why do I do this? Because I want the image that I want to have a space to write that wouldn't cover what I want to do. So now I'm gonna go in again. This is like my background. So and I go into where I have the rest of the, so that's my background picture. Then now next I'm gonna put a picture that I want to use. Okay, let me put that. Let me put this one. Okay, and it stays on top. Listen, you have to listen to this video because this is not a 5 minute tutorial. I don't know how I can make this 5 minutes unless you want those difficult videos that other people are doing. So now you can see this thing. You can just click on it a little bit, then you see this point there, and you can drag it. So you can make it as small as you should. You can put it down here like that. That way you can write text on top here. So you can write text all over this place so that it doesn't cover the image. I used to have a lot of problem with this before. Before I will leave it as is, then I will write text on top, and the text is covering the whole thing. You don't even see the image anymore. So I've been like, okay, but I need to put that image there. So what I learned is to keep a photo as a background. Make sure and your photo, when you're downloading your photo, you gotta make sure it's 1910. Let me go there. I want to make this video really quick, but I don't know if it's gonna be possible to make the video quick. Like so I said 3D background, but I wrote 19 20 10 19 20 1080p. If you don't get if you don't get that size, just choose anyone that is nice. You download the photo, and then you just keep it where where you normally keep your photos or anyway. So after doing that, it's gonna come. So you can now shrink the image. Even this image, if, for example, this image, for example, I can also crop it. Okay, but now that it's here, I can't crop it anymore. To crop an image, because sometimes you would have to, for, let's say maybe I want the hands to show more. If I do this, the whole photo is getting smaller. I'm not really cropping it like that. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to click it like, I'm going to touch it like that. I'm going to touch the delete on my keyboard, and it goes away. So for me to crop, I don't want to crop this one. So what I'm going to do, that photo that I want to crop, I'm going to drag it. Let me see if I can see drag it in here, or oh, not this one, not this one. Just be patient with me. Where's the photo? Okay, not this one, not this. Yeah, let me just so this photo. Let me see if I can drag it here. Wow, this is good. So now I want to crop it, which means cropping means that I want the picture not to be too big. I want to zoom it in. So in order to zoom it in, I can't zoom it. They call it crop. So when you open this thing, you see all these things. Don't worry about most of them. Don't worry about most of them. You're gonna click crop in this situation. This thing shows up. So it's in custom here, which means it can be any size. So what I could do, I can just take it to like, for in my case, what you want to do might be different. In my case, I want the pictures to be bigger, to come more forward. That's like zooming it in. And any part that I think I don't like, I might remove it. So maybe I want the second hand to show. So maybe like this. This is what I want. Since this part is what is going to show. If I touch enter on my keyboard, that's what you get as the new picture. So it's all big and bold. All right. So in this case, I want to make it a little bit sharp. It's a little, because it's a little blurry. This is just a video, and I just took a, what they call it, a snapshot of the video. So I want to make it a little bit clearer. So I'm looking for what's it called, sharpening. So I'm gonna go to one of these, maybe effect or colors, effect, and I see sharpen. So under the effect, you're gonna see sharpen. Then you see this slider right here. I'm gonna push it a little bit forward, and I'm gonna be watching very carefully that it don't do it too much. That's way too much. You're gonna leave it somewhere like this until you see it's nice. To me, I like it like this. So now what I do, I'm gonna now save it. So to save, you can just click this home here. Then you see this save. That's a fast way to save. These are very, very, very. I'm gonna save it as PNG. When you save something as PNG, it's of a higher quality. I'm just gonna call this okay, I'm gonna call it test, so that I can easily know it. I'm just call it test. I'm gonna save it. It's a folder. I'm gonna save it. All these things are important. I'm gonna save it in my pictures, so that all the pictures that I used to do stuff can be there. Now I cannot remove this one by clicking here. So now that photo is now good. So I'm gonna drag that. I'm gonna drag that photo not here, but I'm gonna drag it on top of this one, because now I like the size and everything is zoomed out the way that I like it. So what I now do, I just, one thing that I find out about Windows very interesting, you can use 3 fingers and swipe up on your mouse pad, and then you can see everything like that. So now I saved it on my pictures. See, now both of them are showing side by side. So I said this video is giving a lot of knowledge. So this is the one that I did. I call it test. I'm going to now drag it on top of the photo, the background. So now this is nice. So this is the trick now. Because I have one photo in the back, there's an opportunity for me to have more space to write big and bold text that will not cover the main thing. Because sometimes photo, like I said before, photo can also drag attention, not just what you write, because people might be looking at, okay, what's that? So I can do this, maybe like that. You know, you have to design, you have to use your own idea for your own design. For me, this I'm just targeting that I want to write something on top here. So now I can hide this back one now. I can just click here and it hides. Then I can come here and make it bigger so I can see everything a little bigger. All right. Now the job begins. So if I like it, so another thing here on this right hand side, there's this thing like eye. If you touch it, it will show. It means that this particular one is the one that you're working with, and you have this little arrow here. So you can have layers of different photos and different of things. You see what I mean right now. So now I am going to try to write something on top in this case. So I'm going to go to my, so here there's something called tools. You click this tool, that's where you're going to see your pen to write or your text. I want to do text. So I click that text. So a box shows up. So now here I'm going to choose the color. Now I'm going to choose white. So I click here. Then I'm going to choose white. So sometimes you can save them here. I've already saved white here. Sometimes you can drag this to the full so that I can give you full white. Then you click OK. So anything I write here will be white. All right. So I'm not going to write something really nice, not to waste time. So let's say for example I write that. Okay, let's say I write that. It's crazy because you guys don't have time to spend. So and now listen very carefully now. So as when I write that, I want to put it here. This is where this is better than Photoshop, and it's also free. This is also free. So I'm shrinking it like that. Then I'm gonna, when it makes this kind of squared something, I will now drag it on top somewhere here. Okay. Please, this is just a test, all right? So I'm not gonna sit down here and design a very nice something and waste a lot of time. So now I can now, when the thing shows like that square, it means you can grab it. I'm gonna now grab it here. Now, for example, you can write this. This is the mistake. This is the mistake I used to make before. I'll write all my text. Let me say, Azarti Aza, I love you. Let's say, for example, that's what I want to write. Let's say that's my title, for example. I'll write everything in one box. Listen very carefully to this part. Then I'll be like, okay, this is my title. But if you do that, you cannot have a background because like this, they cannot see the text. They cannot see your text very, very well because the background is kind of not letting it show. You can do something like shadow here. Here there's something called shadow. You see it right there. Then I can move the sharp. Normally this is what I would do. I would put the sharp to this side. Then this one that is near, you can see you can create a kind of shadow. I like that place. So these are the important things you do. Okay, but it's still not it's still not it's still not obvious enough. So you can do something here called background color. When you do that background color to create a background for everything, so that because when it has its own background, then the text can appear better. But of course, this background is white, so it's not going to fit. So in that case, I'm going to remove it by clicking this thing. So I'm going to now change my text. I want my text to be maybe to be white, no problem. I can make the background to be black. So I click on the background. Then you see background color. Then I'm going to click here. Then I'm going to look for another color. Let's say, for example, black. Just do that. So this is straightforward. Now it's looking better now. Now the text is more obvious now. But this is still bad in that it's going to cover most of what you're doing. So what I would do is this. In my case, I'll just highlight all the text. Let's say, for example, I'm just gonna copy everything, to my clipboard. Then I'll delete the lower part. For example, you will see what I mean right now. Pay attention. Then I'm gonna put this one on top so that the black bars won't be the background will be too wide. Then I'm gonna touch this thing up here to draw it out. Sometimes I'm watching tutorial and the people that is giving you tutorial, they don't tell you where they're clicking and what they're doing. They're more talking about what they're designing, that they forget that somebody that is watching wants to know where you're clicking and what you're touching to get the result. And that used to really, really annoy me about a lot of videos I watch. So that's why I'm making this thing. Sure that. So what I'm gonna do right now, there's a problem here. I'm gonna let me see, draw this one up like that. Yeah, like this. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make sure that I make a smaller background. Yeah, something like this. Just for where the text is. But I don't know why the text is hiding behind. Okay, let me delete the text and write it again. Write something. I'm deleting it. Let me just write love is love, whatever. Love is good. Now it's good. So now I'm gonna grab it. You see the way I grabbed it? I'm gonna put it here. Okay. So now that's, although it's not big enough, I wanted to show you the interesting part. So now I can just tap somewhere outside here. Then I click again on that text. Another box shows up. So now, remember I copied the thing in my clipboard, which means I highlighted all of the words that I wanted to write, and I clicked. You know how to copy. Control C. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to now paste it inside here. So this time around, I'm going to remove the top one because I already have it there. Although I know I changed it, I'm going to now delete this one. So love is love. I love. This is just a crazy example of not to think too much. Okay. So now you see the way I'm now making it small, but in this case I want to make it bold. So I'm going to make it. You have to make the space around it big first of all. To make it bold, make sure you see this number here, file size. Just click the arrow on top and be watching that you like the size that you want. Let's say, for example, I like this size because I've been using this thing for like 1 year now. But what I'm showing you here now, I didn't realize I could do. I didn't realize I could do it like this. So you better listen. So now, of course, you can choose the type of character you like. This one you can just choose, and they can change. For example, you can, you know, just give an example right here, not to waste time. It's not waste time, but not some of you don't. Most people's patience these days is very short because you have a lot of video to watch. There's so many chores that you don't even know which one is good anymore. Okay, let's say that's my second one. So I can now go and change the background color. I say background color. I want to make it black. So I now click the inside, because it's showing me the color that's already there. I'm going to make it black by doing this. So now it's good. So what I want to do now, I can now drag and make them big. Or maybe I can put this one downstairs. You do this until you get that hand. I can put this one here. And I want to make this top one bigger. So I thought if I tap this top one, it's not going to show now because I have to go here. See, there's two text. If I click the I, it means that this one is the top one. So in order for me to adjust it, I have to click this thing. Sometimes this may already be on and you may be confused that, okay, which one is which. So you can take this arrow and just touch it so that you can see all of them. Then you can now say, which one am I dealing with? Which one am I dealing with? And this is very important. So now I'm going to now open it. Since I know it's this one, then I can touch where the numbers are of the front size. Then it's going to highlight it a little bit for me. Then I can, what I'm telling you, it took me hell to get to know that. So now I want to make it bigger. I just now come here. I just be watching with my eyes. There's no need to do some numbers, and people like to calculate everything. No, do it manually. This size is good for this example test. Now this size is good, but the black bars is too much. So I'm going to put this thing like that. My mouse cursor around there, make it small so that it's good enough. Then I'm just going to drag it like that. I can make it even bigger in this case, but it's just an example I'm giving. Then I can now go to the second one. So I do this like that, and I check. Okay, now I notice the second one. I'm going to do the same thing. Let the arrow come down. I can just touch the numbers a little bit here. Then it will highlight. That way I can adjust it. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to change anything. So I can just make this one really, really big. I mean, I'm not sure you have to design your own. I'm just giving an example how to make things big, because making things big is important for YouTube or any kind of thumbnail that you are doing. So make it big. Okay. And then, okay, the side bars at whatever is too much. I'm going to do this. Okay. So now I can still see my image. Because of the background, it give me opportunity to write things and it can be clear. One thing that I like so much about this program is that there's something called bevel and emboss. When I click that, it will give the image a 3D effect. Let me remove this B here. Okay. So then what I normally do, I'll click this outer glow, then it will give another glow. So I can make that one to be, let me just give an example. I click this thing here, Let me just choose like this red. You can make your own custom colors, but for now we're gonna use that. Red and yellow are very, very powerful for thumbnails, but you can choose any color you like. And I like it. So I can just go up here again, make it bigger, font size, and that's your thumbnail right there. That's your thumbnail. This is how I made the other one I showed you. So that is how you make thumbnails without Canva. That's how I made this beautiful one. So make sure you comment and support this channel. This channel is called Make Money or Make Money Journey. So that's how I make the thumbnail for another channel. So I love you. Peace. Peace. I love you so much. Love you. Subscribe and comment and do all those good things.